If you fear chronic disease, you should fear insulin resistance. Let's get into insulin resistance, carbs versus fat for fuel. You've got two sources, carbs and fat for fuel. But let's talk about what Ben Bikman uses in his class that he teaches. This is the human body, right? Head, stomach, legs, whatever. This is the human body. Notice this tiny little carb space here. It's the fuel that we keep refilling, right? Eat the carbs, fill it, depletes, replenish. And over and over and over again, right? Now look at this big fuel source we're leaving back here. This is all that stored energy of fat. We keep refilling it with just refined sugars and processed foods. And we forget about the big tank in the back. This big tank in the back, we tend to forget about it. We keep refueling the carbs, processed foods, but forget about this. Now, how do we stop and start using this for fuel? Hold up. So you want to use fat in your body for fuel, right? You stop the train of the carbohydrates, you stop the processed foods, and all of a sudden, your body shrinks because it starts utilizing all that stored energy, okay? Increased insulin equals, when you get your insulin increased, it's because carb is overused. You start burning sugar instead of fat for fuel. You're a carb burner, and your insulin says, I'm done. Insulin resistance happens, right? So as insulin increases because of carb increase, you become insulin resistant, and that is another large ball of worms. So dementia, PCOS, belly fat, heart disease is the #1 killer of diabetics. Hormones, PCOS, erectile dysfunction. Hold up. So put simply, you eat a carb, insulin rises, but you decide not to, and you start using the fat for fuel, and boom, you shrink. Carb, you're chasing sugar all day. If you just eat fats, protein, and fiber, you start utilizing stored energy in your body. Remember, insulin is a fat hormone, and it's snuggly and doesn't want you to use any energy, right? So stop being a sugar burner and be a fat burner. Think of that tank. Stop refilling those fuels in that little tank and start using the big tank in the back. Shrinking, reversing a lot of the disease processes, stopping the high blood sugars and the high insulin, because high insulin and high sugar burns your tissues. I hope that made sense. Take care.